So letters of recommendation and references are so important and will continue to be as you continue to proceed with your academic and professional careers. What I often like to share with students is that it's a multi-step journey and it all begins with laying the groundwork, right? It's important to establish good relationships with professors and teachers and mentors that you may meet along the way. Establishing those good connections comes with visiting professors during their office hours. And again, it allows professors and just individuals in general to get to know a student beyond their letter grade, beyond their attendance records. It provides that more meaningful dialogue. The delivery is also very important. When students ask for a letter of recommendation, maybe like 2 days or maybe even a day before the letter of recommendation is due, that doesn't give us a lot of time to craft a solid letter of recommendation, but it also makes the student look bad because they didn't plan ahead of time. And so on both ways, it kind of works against the student. So just keep that in mind. Be timely when you ask it, and then also sending that follow-up email. Once we do submit the letter of recommendation, etc., just send that person an email. Be like, hey, thank you so much for taking the time to write that letter of recommendation or for being my reference. It encourages that individual, that professor, that mentor to want to follow up about the process, and maybe like a couple weeks, if not months down the road, be like, hey, like what was the status of that? I'd like to know if you receive that scholarship.
I know letters of recommendation can be a little tricky, so I would recommend to do a document almost like your resume, but in that document you can have a section where you put why you want to major in that specific field, what motivated you, if there was any life events that happened that motivated you to do that major, and just giving a little backstory about yourself. Even if you still didn't build that relationship with them, they know that you are a good student, you showed it in the class, and you're able to show it as a person in general. At least they have some idea of what kind of person that you are, and they might be able to answer those questions a little better.
Asking for letters of recommendation or for recommendations, referrals is something you're going to need to do often. The sooner you get started, the better. You never know who you might need to ask for a letter of recommendation. Make sure that you're as professional and as caring as you can towards all of these places that you're working in. Identify good recommenders, people who know your work and who know you. Be considerate. Chances are that the person you're asking for also has a job and a family and a life, so they have many things to do, and you're about to ask them to add another thing to it. Always remember to thank the person that you ask for letters of recommendations. Just make them know that you appreciated their time and their efforts towards this new opportunity that you're pursuing, whether it's a scholarship, a job, or a program that you're applying to.